Bleeding Cool's coverage of DragonCon is brought to you by CosmicRadio.tv. It's like OC Remix, except for podcasts. Powered by Wonderflonium. Coming September 2012 at CosmicRadio.tv.
Hey, this is Bill Meeks here at DragonCon 2011, and I'm here with Matt Campagna, the director of DNE Do Not Erase, a wonderful little short film about time travel. How you doing, Matt?
Great, Bill. Thanks so much for having me.
Can you tell me, just give us, basically the elevator pitch for the film?
It's the story of a man who's torn between his two loves, his life's work and the love of his life, his girlfriend. And so they are diametrically opposed, and it's how he deals with one when the other one walks out on him.
So now there's a lot of like homages to different sci-fi time travel properties and everything. Was there any specific property that inspired you to make the film?
It really was everything I've ever loved about science fiction and time travel that popped into this. From having, Doctor Who and definitely Marty McFly. There's a flux capacitor in there. There's a little bit of Terminator. There's a little bit of just about everything that's ever inspired me to love time travel, and how some of them just don't quite treat time the way I think it should be treated. And so when I read this script, I thought, this is just bang on. It's such a perfect paradox that keeps imploding on itself, and it I think respects time travel and the science of it quite a bit.
Oh, great! Now, Richard Hatch is in the movie. I won't spoil his character or anything, but that's a pretty good get. How'd you get in touch with him?
Richard and I did an interview here a couple of years ago. I ran a Battlestar Galactica after show for a while. Oh. And actually, there's a lot of Battlestar Galactica in this short. We have Bear McCreary, the guy who did all the composing for Battlestar Galactica and for Walking Dead. He did the music.
Oh, nice.
We have the science advisor from Battlestar Galactica as our producer, Kevin Grazier, and we had Mr. Hatch himself. It was it was pretty amazing. I just reached out to him, and he happens to also know the producer of the short, so it just all kind of came together perfectly.
Excellent. Now, the film's showing here at DragonCon. Are you going to any other festivals with it where people can check it out?
Right now, it's been submitted to a few. This really is the world premiere, and it seemed like the right place to do it because, a lot of top-tier festivals have this thing about wanting the world premiere, but the DragonCon Independent Film Festival is the kind of place where the audience that's going to see it is really going to appreciate it. We had the chance to have it at TIFF or at, hopefully it'll also be at the After Dark Film Festival in Toronto, and I'm from Toronto, so for me that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I just wanted it here more than I wanted it at TIFF because it's the right audience. These people are going to love it.
Now, you said you've been to DragonCon several times in the past. What's your favorite thing about the con?
My favorite thing about the con is after all the panels are over, after the comic book alley is shut down for the night, just watching people love each other's costumes. Watching them appreciate the mutual fandom that we can all inhabit together is just such a beautiful thing. They're here for each other as much as they are for a Jamie Bamber and Richard Hatch panel. It's really exciting to see people enjoying each other.
Yeah. One thing I've been saying all weekend is San Diego is a media company convention. DragonCon is a fan convention.
Exactly, and I hope that never changes. If it really does make Comic-Con look like a swap meet, like a Hollywood swap meet. This place has got so much soul, and I love it.
So where can people find more information about the film?
You know what? The best place for information for DNE Do Not Erase is on Facebook, which is facebook.com/DNE Do Not Erase. You can also just search it, and it pops up in there. It'll have information on future screenings. If you're not able to catch it at the DragonCon Festival, it is running around this fall to other festivals around North America and hopefully through Europe as well.
Excellent. Now, are there any plans, after you hit the festival circuit with and everything, releasing it to people who, might not be able to make it out?
Absolutely. I happen to run a film festival in Canada, and so I know some people in distribution, international distribution. So chances are it'll be on, the seat backs of airplanes and stuff like that in the next little while. And then after that, we're hoping to just release it on the internet so everybody can see it.
Great. It was great talking to you, Matt. And if you have a chance to see the film, he sent me an advance copy so I could check it out, and it's amazing. If you're a sci-fi time travel geek at all, you're gonna love it. But again, for Bleeding Cool, this is Bill Meek. Then thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Oh.